So this is the method that I create for the button of the rent car. Once it push, it will finish the activity of pagement and then will intend to the rent my car activity. And then also I create for the book car. Here I show it. I'll show to you. Sorry. Here rent my car and then book car. So I put it into two different two method that call it that also finish the activity of the pagement and then will intend to the select car activity. All right, and also this one on start on stop, also same as before. And then all right, we'll start for the rent my car activity. Here's the activity, rent my car. I create the string for the storage path and then the database path that calls cars owner. So also it will request code as rent my car here using image view. So it will take image also that the same method that I used before in the page in the sign up. I think yeah, in the sign up the sign up activity that register all the user details, and then the rest is almost the same as before. All right, I define also the Firebase for the Firebase instance. Here I call the user uh, to check if the user is logged in or already still sign in or it's already signed out. So if the user is not equal to null, if the user is not equal to null, that means the user is logged in. So I mean it's sign out, so it will automatically sign out the application. So it will intend to main activity here. All right, I think I finished with main activity and sign out. I'm the constructor of customer. All right. All right. Next, I define the object of image and then image view to take the picture from the phone memory. And then I implement on click listener for the uh, text view. Here, sign out. So the user also can sign out in every page. So I create the method for sign out in the text view. And this is the method for uh, submit button. So also the same as the method that I create in the sign up activity, that to store the data inside the Firebase database and get the image URL as a link. So, but the difference is I create the I create the child or create the path in the different in the different table here. So here call user customer and cars owner. So here I will create a cars owner. So it will create the table inside the Firebase database as a cars owner. All right. The method is almost the same, and then add reference, file reference, dismiss dialog, display inside, display success when once it's success. So also we get the input data from the user, and but the difference is I use the data model here in the as the cars owner. So the data model is here. The same also as the user detail, but different string that required. Also, the difference is I store the from the sign up class. I store the data in the user detail as the user I use the child of user ID, but here because we want to call all the data inside this table cars owner, even uh, uh, even the key is different, so it will call all the data inside the cars owner table, right? So it will I use this method to get the unique key from the Firebase database, and then this is the reference for the um, for the I mean we call the reference our Firebase database reference. So we create the child as the key that generated by the Firebase. So the value is from the data model here. All right, that's only the difference. And the rest is the same from the sign up class as I mentioned before. So this is for the form rent my car class. All right, next also what? All right, for the book car here will be called as I mentioned here for the book car. Which one is it? Sorry, the page name. All right, for the book car it will call the selected car. Select car. So here is the select car, means after we push the button of the book car, it will intend to this activity. So the activity here is show as a list view that will be show all the list of the car that we created on the rent my car. Yeah, for the rent my car class. So all the user that want to rent their car will be stored inside the select car. So when the user want to book the car, it will show all the list of the car inside the Firebase database. So this is the uh, programming for the select car. Alright, I define all the object. I declare it as a global. And then also I define all the database instance and retrieve data from Firebase database on cars owner table. So I create a new array list for the cars owner data model here. Alright, to call it inside our select car activity. So I call the database path as declared here, the database path as car owner. So for the database reference, and then I also implement the method for the add value event listener. So we'll also use the same method on data change for data snapshot, and then I will call the data models, the cars owner here, to get the value. So Also, it will set we will set the adapter, so all the data inside the cars view inside the Firebase database that uh, under the cars owner table will be called inside this activity. So it to show all the data in the list. Alright, so I create also the adapter, custom adapter for the cars owner. Alright. Alright, so I also implement set the list view on item click. So when it clicks, it will intend intend to this class. Oh, sorry, this class book car. So after that, we intend the user to this class. Okay. Sorry, sorry. And here I only implement for the color change when it being clicked by the user, and then this is a method that checks the user it's signed in or not. And it's the same method. If the user is equal to null, then the user will be sign in. I mean sign out. And then this is for the method for the sign out. Then the cancel button, it will intend to page main, and then on start on stop it still remain the same. Okay, so here I create the custom adapter that call for the cars owner data model, uh, name it as car list. So this is the custom adapter that I talk about here. Custom adapter for the uh, select car using the custom list cars here. Alright, so the custom list will be shown inside this inside this activity and here from the custom list. So this is the custom adapter that I create called car list. So I create uh, array list as a list of car, and then I implement all the methods get and to get view, to get all the position, and to get item. All right, so on the get view, I will set all the text inside the custom list car here and the image view here to retrieve the data from Firebase database. So it will call all the data from this data model into from this data model and take all the data from Firebase database. So it will set the custom list car here or set the as the design of this list view to the data that we create in the database Firebase. All right, here in the car list in the cars owner, and then we set on click listener. So this method is used for when the list being clicked by the user. So all the list here will be clicked, will be selected by the user, will be selected by the user. So when it's selected, it will also take the data. So and then put it in here. And I'm using set on get listeners to get the data. And the method is here, put extra, then take the list from the array list from 0 as a picture and name and phone number and contact from the Firebase database here. Right? It's all for the custom adapter like that. Close it. After that, when the user click the one of the item inside the select card, it will automatically intend to this activity. So in this activity, here it will take the data from the Firebase database that's selected by the user, and then the user also require to fill the form to book the car. So we will call that as the customer. So for the activity book car here also implement the same method for the first. So we define the instance of the Firebase and then check the user login. So after that, we define all the objects inside the layout. All right. Next, this method is for retrieve data and display it to the application. So also this method for bookcar here for this image view and then text view here will be used this method. So it will retrieve data from our custom adapter here. So this one. Okay. So to retrieve the image, we need image URL. So we need to get to put get string extra different from the address because we store the image as a URL, and then here in the custom adapter we store the image using Picasso. Okay, then when we want to set the image, we get the string data, that the URL from the database, Firebase database, and then resize it into this value. So it will set the image that we put image1 here, image view, into this data. So the rest is for the text view. All right, this is for the same method for the cancel button. So when the customer doesn't want to select another car, will be intent to select car class here. Then once the customer already fill the form inside here and then push that book button, it will use this method. So it will get all the data from the user and then it will upload data to Firebase database on, as we call it as the customers here. So the database path, we use the database back here, as I mentioned before. So it will make the Firebase database create a new table called as customer, and then get all the object here from our data model customers. And then uh, we create the we generate the ID for under our as a child under our customer table. And then all right, so once it's successful, it will toss the successful book. Okay, and then once it's successful, also it will also intend to our page main class. Okay, and then on start and on stop is the same as the method before. Here is the customer adapter I create for the adapter for the customer. All right, I think that's all for my Java activity programming that I use to create the application. Thank you very much. See you next time.